High school athlete, he actually got injured.
Well, 1 year ago, we met a young man named Jeff Miller from right here in the tri-state. He was going through treatment for heroin addiction. His story was similar to many other people's stories.
He was a high school athlete. He actually got injured playing football. Then he was prescribed painkillers, but that all led to a full-blown heroin addiction and eventually treatment.
1 year later, I wanted to follow up with Jeff just to see how things were going in his life. And what I found was a wonderful surprise. This young man who was once fighting for his life and his future is now helping to save the lives of those around him. On a quiet street in Washington, Indiana, people's lives are changing. Washington is home to Jeff Miller. We introduced you to Jeff 1 year ago when he had just started his journey through rehab. Since that conversation, quite a bit has changed, not only in his life, but also in his faith and his involvement with his church, Victory Tabernacle.
Since being at the Lighthouse last time we talked, I finished the program out at the Men's House, and that's actually how I met her, is through the church. Okay. And she went through the Lighthouse, and we started dating and ended up getting married here at Victory at October 21st of last year.
We actually met here at the church. He just kind of pulled up a chair, sat beside me, and we chit-chatted for a little bit and asked if he could call me, so he did. Well, we talked for like, about a month. Went out on a date, and so, soon we were getting married.
This is Jeff today, but before we can look forward, we have to look back. An All-American Southern Indiana guy who played football at North High School in Evansville, and like any other young person, was thinking about what was next in life, until an injury led him to a doctor, which led to painkillers and a full-blown painkiller addiction. That led him down a road of broken relationships, broken hearts, and in one case, broken bones.
I got high one night, bought a bunch of heroin, got high. I woke up on Sunday, shackled to the bed in Eskenazi Hospital in Indianapolis. I didn't realize I had flipped the truck. I had broke my neck in 3 spots, so they prescribed me painkillers.
That near-fatal crash in Indianapolis happened because those painkillers had led Jeff to a heroin addiction. That incident is what led him to rehab in Washington, Indiana at the Lighthouse Recovery Center. When I called Jeff 2 months ago to see how he was doing, I had no idea what I would find. Relapses are common. People often give up hope. The faithful can lose faith. But with Jeff, that couldn't have been further from the truth. His pastor at Victory Tabernacle says he's almost a new man today.
I've seen when Jeff first came, he was a whole different person, and I've seen God transform his life, through this process. I've seen him be teachable and just grow, just leaps and bounds.
Both our pastors have been through addiction. They've both been in active addiction. Honestly, if it wasn't for our faith, I would have gave up a long time ago. But I mean, it's just, I think this church, and not just this church, but Jesus is more important than the recovery center.
And with all these new responsibilities, his life looks much different now.
Now I'm starting to deal with everyday life things where all these other people are already dealing with, but I didn't see that, and I didn't deal with that because I was getting high. I didn't have a job to worry about. I didn't have a kid to worry about. I didn't have anything to worry about but my drugs. That's something new in my life. I thought I had it all together back before I got heavy into addiction, and I didn't. And then I got into addiction, and I didn't even realize because I didn't care. But now once I'm living for the Lord and trying to do everything right, life hits you.
With new goals and a family depending on him, he's still working to improve his life and his relationships with his family, especially his brother Mike.
I sent him a message randomly one night. I had a fear that he wasn't even going to respond. I actually told her, gave her updates like, yeah, Mike's read my message, because you can tell when somebody's read it. I said, he ain't responded. And a day or two went by before he responded. And he sent me a message 2 days later, and he was, it was a pretty long message, and he's like, I'm happy with the way things are going for you. I see my family, my mom and my cousins and my dad. So, it's just a matter of trying to catch time.
He's been clean for a year now. His relationships are getting back on track. From treatment at Lighthouse to the Restoration House Recovery Home, this couple is now looking to their future.
Well, we're going to continue to raise DeAndre and hopefully get a house, maybe another car. Stay together, I know we will.
Today, Jeff is more energetic. He's happier. He's successfully completed rehab, and he's starting the next chapter in his life. But looking forward always means fighting the urge to look back and focusing on what keeps him strong.
And I can't lie, you think about things all the time, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. I pray a lot, because I have a lot going on. And that's really what gets me through is prayer and the Lord.